Jess is lurking, Rob is completely useless, and Captain Sandy can hover from a seat at the table. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I'm covering Below Deck Med, Season 5, Episode 14, Shot Through the Heart, and Ibiza's to Blame. Wow, long title. Okay, let's get into it. So we pick up where last week left off, and Jessica is having heart palpitations. Malia is springing into action. I say that very sarcastically here. Calling Captain Sandy. Captain Sandy says, tell her to come see me. Thinking, medical issue? You're making her come to you? Okay. But what's interesting here is I thought this would come up because Jessica does not go to see Captain Sandy. Instead goes to take a shower. But no, nothing ever comes of that. In the meantime, we see Aisha with the guests in Ibiza. And the charter guest's wife is holding down Aisha, making her drink. And she seems to take it in stride. It was kind of aggressive, I thought. But Aisha's got a good sense of humor. And I feel like she'd say something if she wasn't comfortable with it. So Rob is continuing to be just a complete zombie. He's saying it's clear that me saying what I said made her anxious. Okay, Rob, you have a girlfriend. You knew what you were doing. You let her on. And I'm not saying he's all to blame. They're both equally as bad as each other. Captain Sadie talks about her history, having a heart attack. So she's been through some stuff. She had cancer that was discovered after a motorcycle accident, and she's had a heart attack. Wow. So, but she consults her cardiologist friend. They determine Jess is fine. So Jess and Rob are, I don't know, becoming the same person, mopey. Back to the primaries. Johnny Damon says a lot of weird stuff. And on this one, he's saying, babe, pee on me. So we find out Captain Sandy's going to be joining them for dinner because, you know, she no longer drives the boat. She just hovers. Johnny Damon is completely drunk off his face, swinging at baseballs. He misses. It's funny. They're setting up the table, getting ready for dinner. It's like a flapper themed dinner. I hate the gold, but Bugsy always does a nice job on tablescapes. So Johnny Damon, again, completely wasted. Beautiful dinner sat in front of him. He thinks it's too rare, so they have to take it back and cook it a little more. Captain Sandy looks for a reason to dislike, well, everything, but especially the food. So she's, making this face while sitting at the table. Luckily, Tom is on top of it. He has extra pieces. They take it out. All is right in the world. We find out Rob is dismissed a little early. Malia says he can get a little extra sleep if he wants to. He's on early. So he goes down for the night. And we see a really funny scene here with Aisha and Bug. Aisha just kind of says whatever is on her mind. And she calls Bugs shit stain, which is really, really funny. And she says it's an endearment, and Bugs is cracking up about it. So we see Rob, again, he's sleeping. His alarm goes off. He's supposed to be up at 7, and he sleeps through it. So he's 23 minutes late for his shift. He comes out, and what does he do? He makes out with Jessica. Good idea, Rob. Malia comes up on deck, and immediately she sees them making out. He says he needs to go for a coffee. He seems to be meandering downstairs for a while. Then he's just sitting there. So Malia's pissed. And I do not like Malia at all, but I'd be pissed too. He's just kind of dragging ass and letting this relationship he has no personality as it is, but his 1% personality is gone. So she's having a talk with him about not bringing this shit on deck, and he's pretending to understand. He doesn't. You'll see it. Bugs is in the wheelhouse with the captain. She is praising Jessica, says she's doing a much better job. So Captain Sandy decides she needs more camera time. She calls Jess up to compliment her laundry skills. So, yeah. We see another awkward interaction with Johnny Damon here. He feels the need to announce that his wife, well, you can read it, where she put her finger that morning. Tom is cracking up. We see Sandy hanging out the boat here like a dog. And it's time to dock the boat. So what happens? Freaking Rob. he can't do anything. So he's just mopey McMoperson, no personality, can't throw this rope to save his life. Tries, misses 3 times. So Malia and Bugs are talking about what a shitty person he is. And he sees them. We've all been there. You're talking shit about a coworker. He sees them. Bugs is like, be cool. And Malia is like, oh. So, of course, he's like, it's a bit rude. But he can't even muster up the energy to say that. The guests go to leave. And Malia has a talk with him about, again, getting his shit together and how important it is to move, especially when you make a mistake. And he's like, okay. Of course, I just gave it more energy there than he did. We see a really interesting scene here between Aisha and Jess. They're making this bed and they're talking. Aisha talks about her relationship last charter with Jack. And Aisha is surprised to find out that Jess and Rob are saying, I love you. And Jess is such a shithead to the camera. She says, that's probably why you don't have a relationship. And I thought, bitch, you don't have a relationship. Who are you to talk? I'd much rather be single than to be dating that vegetable you're dating. So we see it's time for the tip meeting. Captain Sandy's actually giving compliments, saying everybody did a great job. And we find out that they made about $1,500 a person. So not their highest of the season, but they're happy. So after that, Rob and Aisha are just sitting around the crew mess. Jess is right there, and so is Alex. And still, Jess gets jealous. I don't know what of, but she is. So Alex is like, whoa, 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 chill. They're still having weird interactions on the boat. They're having it's just like, where else can we go to make everybody feel uncomfortable? They do it, just everywhere. They're having talks on the deck here. If you're having to have this many serious talks 3 weeks into your relationship, there's probably a problem. Just a hunch. Meanwhile, we see Bugs and Alex having so much fun shopping on land. I just love the two of them together. I really do. I want them to be together. I have such a thing for Alex. He's so cute. He's just got such a cute personality. He seems like so much fun, and he seems to genuinely like her. I feel bad for Aisha here. I really love her. I love her personality. She's so bubbly and fun, and she's sad because she's just not able to have the same banter with the crew, and she's telling her brother about it. So I felt for her. It's the Rob and Jess show again. They're making up, pretending like everything's going to be cool. Yeah, we'll see. They go out to dinner, and everybody is having a lovely time. It looks like a really fun place. And they're having their faces painted. They're watching this creepy mime with the ball and just having a good time. So this is just so weird. So Jess is like giggly and laughing and trying to make a connection between the crew that she used to work with and find out if somehow she had worked with somebody who knew Rob. Who knows? Just trying to make a connection. And Rob says, I'm sorry, I don't know, but we're here now. Really? You can't even pretend to have a personality? I hate people like this. I could talk to a wall, but this guy is a wall. He's giving her nothing. And believe me, I am not a fan of Jess, but he's giving her nothing to work with. So they fight because that's what they get off on. Malia and Bugs have a funny moment here where they're like, what the heck is wrong with these two? And they whisper about it while Jess and Rob continue to make everybody miserable. They go out to the club, and Rob's a pouty bitch, and he ends up showing Aisha this trick with this can, which I really want to try, where you jam it to your hand and it sticks, and you have to push hard, and it makes makes it stick to your hand. It looked like fun. Meanwhile, we see Alex and Bugs. They're kind of getting closer, and he's saying how much he likes her, and they kiss. I'm so happy they kiss a bunch. So, yay, I love them. Kiss it up. Meanwhile, we go back to the douchebags. So, I don't know who's complaining to who here. They're just both complaining to each other. They're miserable. They want to make sure everybody else is miserable. They're in Ibiza, like at a club, being unhappy. That takes work. I don't know how you do that. But she's jealous, and she's saying, you can get the blank out of my face, and That's how the episode ends. What a ray of sunshine, huh? Wow. What a damper they put on this whole thing. So we see next time on Below Deck, we see some weird wrestling move with Jess. I assume it's to make Rob jealous. We see Tom being a prick, it looks like, possibly to Aisha, so that's not going to go well. Jess has to be more of a drama queen. She's crying and upset. And they fight in their cabin because, sure. And then we see Captain Sandy finally driving the boat. What happens when she's driving the boat? It shuts down. There's a problem. So that's how the episode looks, and I'm excited to watch it. And that's it for this episode, you guys. I really enjoyed it. It was fun, even though those two pissed me off so bad, Jess and Rob. I still like it. I liked watching it. So I'm covering New York. I'm covering Beverly Hills. I'm covering Potomac. Get on that if you're not on it. It's so good. And guys, I'm about to pick up Ladies of London in just a few weeks. If you're interested in watching it with me, Amazon Prime has it on sale right now. I want to say it was like $7. Plus they gave me a credit of $1, so I don't really know. So it's pretty cheap. So get on it, because as soon as these shows end, I'm going to be pulling that out. Ladies of London. It's an older show, but it's fantastic. It probably came out in 2014. Highly recommend it. The drama is fantastic. The real estate porn is fantastic. I love it. Highly recommend it. So get on it, guys. We'll talk about it. And thank you so much for all the lovely comments. I'm working my way through them. I will respond as quick as I can, but I read them all and I love them and I thank you for them. You can find me below at the comments, or you can find me on Twitter at RealRecaps. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.